In this tutorial I am going to show you how to register a domain name, select a hosting provider, install WordPress and create a WordPress website and blog. Now, one of the most reliable and cheapest hosting companies is HostGator, where you can select from a wide range of plans to suit your requirements. If you are just starting up your first website, then the most suitable choice would be selecting either a WordPress hosting plan, if you are expecting many visitors to your website in a short period of time, or a regular shared plan, which is more economical and probably more suitable. You can always upgrade in the future. The standard web hosting plan is a shared plan where many other websites are hosted on the same web server. The advantage with these plans is you can have as many domains as you would like on the web server. You just need to register and purchase the domain names. And you can always upgrade from the standard plan to a WordPress plan later on. Now, the baby plan will be the recommended plan for a regular website. So click on the Buy Now to start. Now, if you have a registered domain name already, you would want to then select the I already have a domain name, else we can search and register a domain name. Hopefully you have already a good idea of what you want your website to be. Just type in the name and select the type of domain you want, usually a .com or a .org or .net. Here you will see the name is already taken by someone else, so you need to find one that is not already registered. You can also see none of the domain type alternatives such as .net are also not available. Now we can see the TLD, the top level domain using .com, is taken, but other types such as .net or .org are available. I don't recommend using an existing name. A unique name would be best. Okay, so we have found a domain name that is available. You could register yourself multiple types of the same most common TLD such as .com, .org, .net right now. There is an option for domain privacy where your personal details are kept private. This is a very good idea as it stops scammers from knowing who you are and where you live. Next, select the length of a plan you want. 1 year is normal. I'll give you a promo code later so you can claim a larger discount rate. Enter a username for the account. Don't use administrator, use a unique name would be best. Enter a random 8-number security PIN code and write it down so you don't forget it, and keep it in a secure location. Enter your billing info and make sure it is completely correct, else you may have issues if you need to contact accounts or support at a later stage. Make sure the email address is entered correctly, because this is where your login details will be sent, and fill out all the other details. You can choose the credit card option, which is safe because the site uses the HTTP encryption method for sending data. Or you could use PayPal if you have an account. If you select PayPal, then you get redirected to the PayPal page when completing the sign up. And make sure you are using your own credit card for the payment, so names and addresses match. There are a few options you can choose from. Site lock protection could be a good idea. Automatic backup may also be a good idea so you don't lose your hard work. And HTTPS would only be needed if you are creating a payment gateway or online sales for your website, or if any other type of sensitive data will be sent by your website visitors. You will see the amount due, which is the yearly subscription cost plus any extras. Now enter the coupon code BURB60 and click on the Validate button to get your extra discount. Now you can check out to proceed with payment and get your domain and hosting, but don't forget to read the terms of service and conditions. You will be able to get into your HostGator account immediately after sign up, but your actual website domain name won't be available until it propagates the internet, which means the domain name will take a few hours or sometimes longer before it gets registered. Now go to your emails and you will find one from HostGator which has your login credentials. Click the Your Control Panel link and log into your HostGator cPanel account with the username and password and click Login. This is one of the best control panels used worldwide for managing websites. It looks pretty daunting if you have never seen it before, but you don't need to learn anything here yet. Just scroll down and locate the WordPress one-click install and click the link. The first prompt is asking which domain to use for installing WordPress. Do not add anything in the directory box because any name would make WordPress install into a subdirectory of your domain. Click on Next and enter the website title. Enter an administrator name for logging into WordPress. Make it a unique name that is not easily guessed so your website is more secure. Enter your first and last name and then an email address such as a Gmail account. Tick the box to automatically create the database. Click Install Now. Make a note of the username you choose and the automatically generated random password and keep it in a safe place. The login for WordPress will be your website name .com/wp-login.php. Enter the unique username you created for WordPress and the password. Okay, this is the administration for WordPress where you will select a template to use and create your website content. The home page is where we are right now, and the very first thing to do is select the updates. Check if the version is up to date by clicking on the Check Now button. If you don't have the very latest, then update straight away so we have a current version. Next is the posts for blogging. We will be creating a website and then adding a blogging page later on. The media is where you upload and store your images, videos, and music and any other files for using in your website. Pages are where you create static pages for your website and menus can be linked to these pages. Comments are managed here if you allow your website visitors to make comments on your website. Here is where you will be creating the appearance of your website by selecting a template theme, customizing fonts and colors, selecting a menu, adding widget functionality to sections of the page. The editor is for the more advanced area where the template theme code can be changed. The plugins section is for downloading add-ons that integrate into WordPress. Users is where you can add and remove login credentials for WordPress. Tools can be used for the export and import, where you can transfer content from one WordPress website to another WordPress website. Settings is where you can change certain default features, and this menu will expand to include settings for any added plugins. You can also collapse the sidebar. Now going to the top right is where you can log out of the WordPress site. The other top menu lets you quickly create a post or page and add media files. The My Website is a link to bring up your website, and the WordPress icon is for going to the WordPress site that has documentation and support forums if you want to ask questions and search for answers. If we click on Visit Site, we can see the default WordPress theme and the top menu, which remains on the top whenever you are logged into your WordPress website. This is not what the visitor would see, only you. If you want to see exactly how it looks to a visitor, then bring up a different browser. Click on the dashboard link to go back to your WordPress administration page. Okay, now we are going to select a template theme to use for our website. Click on the Appearance, then Themes, and the Add New button. The actual template you choose will determine what can be customized for your theme. It is more like a website builder, so you need to ensure the template theme you select has all the customization features you require. Also, many themes that are available for free are the basic version, and the fully featured premium version has a download fee, but there are many very good themes available that are free. The actual content you write, such as articles and menus you create, are separate to the template theme. So in theory you could change themes at a later stage, but there can be issues, and it is best to do some research first on the best theme to use and also do some practice runs before doing any serious work. I am going to install the Plum theme. You can preview this theme and read details on its features. Click on Install to upload it into your WordPress. Then activate it so it becomes the current theme. Now you can see it is the active theme. Okay, now we can go to see how it looks. Click on the My Website to view the basic theme with no real content. It is currently in blog mode with no image. Now back to the admin, and we need to install some plugins which will make it easier to do things. Select Plugins and Add New. These are the plugins available from the WordPress download site that we can upload and activate on our WordPress site. First is the Coming Soon plugin, which allows the website to display a fixed page for visitors as the site is developed and before we publish it online. Enable the Coming Soon mode and create a basic headline for the page. and save all changes. Click on the live preview and this is what visitors will see. But when you are logged in and developing your site, you will actually see the real content as it's being created. It's only visitors who see the coming soon page. Later on, after creating the website, the status just needs to be set back to disabled and click Save All Changes. Now install easy Google fonts and activate. And make sure it's compatible with your version of WordPress. And go back to plugins, add new. Next we're going to add Site Origin and Site Origin Widgets bundle. We will activate all these a bit later as it's quicker to download first and then activate in one go. Next we'll install Spacer to make formatting easier. And then Black Studio Tiny MCE to make editing much easier. The next one is Title Remover, cleaning up pages, titles if we don't want them. And the next one, Contact Form 7. We're setting up a nice contact form for visitors to send inquiries. And the last one, WP Supercache, to speed up your website. Now we go to installed plugins to activate them. Now we don't want to activate WP Supercache yet when developing the website, as any changes may not display immediately. You can see new menu items appear for many of the plugins that have been activated, although some actually have their settings in the plugins section. Now we need to perform a few setting changes to get the website working as we want. Go to Settings and Reading. Change the Front Page Displays option to a static page and select the front page, which is currently a default page we will update soon. So what we are doing here is changing our site to be a website instead of a simple blog, but we will add a blogging page in later. Now we can view the website again to see how it looks. If you make any changes, then a reload of the page can ensure you're actually seeing what is the updated view. We have a static page now instead of a blog page. Next, we are going to change some settings in the current theme using Customize. So we go to Appearance and click on Customize. Because the Easy Google Fonts was installed, we have the option for changing the theme's typography. Choose what fonts are to be used for the website, but only select 2 types at the most, or your website may look a bit funny. Paragraphs are what is used in the articles for each page of the website. So you really just need to change the font family and the font weight. Headings are for page titles and subtitles. You can see the preview on the right shows the change in typography. Now we have the Roboto font. And when you're done, don't forget to save and publish. And we click back and select title and logo. A logo can be added to all pages, which replaces the current site title and tagline. You'd want to create a nice logo in a graphics application beforehand. A PNG image would be the best, so you can get a transparent see-through background instead of a coloured box background to your logo. Upload your logo from your computer to your WordPress website from within the media library. You can add extra info to include an alternative text which displays on a loading website page as the image loads. You can crop the image if required or just skip entirely. You can now see the page preview has the new logo. Now we should add a site icon to make our web page look a bit professional. Make sure any image you create is at least 512 pixels square, or you'll get an error message. So again, I'm uploading an icon that I made previously from my computer into WordPress. Now you can see the logo display on the top of the tab. And now save and publish. Now this theme has two featured content positions allowed for a post. We're going to change the layout so the site is more like a website than a blog site, but later on we will modify it to have a blog page. Disabling the sidebar for the front page will allow a beautiful full-width page to be created. And save and publish again. And now we add a custom footer text. Just add some copyright message to the bottom for each page of the website. If we scroll down, we can see the result. And save and publish. Next is the theme skin and colors. If you were to change the header image, then this theme allows for a green or orange top section instead of the current plum color. And next is Google Web Fonts. Select a default title font, and most importantly a default body font, which will capture all text on the website that has not been allocated a particular font. We have already chosen fonts for paragraphs and headings previously, so this is a fallback. Next is social icons. Add some social icon links to your Facebook or YouTube page, etc., if you have any. Next is the header image. Here you can change the image displayed for the header to your own image. Just upload it into the media library, crop it if required, and save and publish. Next is the menus. The current theme allows for only one menu, but you can use a widget for adding other menus to the website. Next, go to widgets. The current theme allows adding installed and activated widgets to the sidebar and footer for each page. And the static front page. We already have seen this option set up from within the settings previously. We'll change the sample page later to home page. And the additional CSS. So CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and these files have code inside that controls how the website looks. Okay, so we save and publish our settings. Now we can create some content for the website by adding pages. The first thing we can do is change the heading for the initial sample page and call it our home page. The Because we added the title remover plugin previously, we have an option to hide the page title, which can be a bit ugly and unnecessary. So now we can update and preview the changes. And you'll see it opens in a new tab. You can leave this tab open for previewing. What we are looking at here is the default editor for WordPress, which is a very good what you see is what you get editor plugin that comes pre-installed. The formatting buttons are very similar to what you would expect in a computer program such as Word or OpenOffice, and is very easy to use. I'm just going to add some generic Latin text for demo purposes. There are three tabs here: the visual editor for normal what you see is what you get editing, the text tab where you can format the content with HTML tags and also write HTML code in here yourself if you wanted. The third tab is for the page builder method of creating content, and shows here because we installed the Site Origin plugin. Just a warning, don't go back and forth between the regular visual tab and the page builder tab, because it can mess up your content if it's copied between the two. Just stick to using the page builder. Okay, now we can copy the content we have already done and allow Page Builder to use it. The great thing about this feature is being able to create content as distinct rows which can be formatted and moved easily. Now we add a row, select how many columns we want and how wide each column is to be. The percentage of each column needs to add up to 100 for the total row. Now that we have the structure, click to highlight the individual column and add a widget. We select the Site Origin editor so we can create text content. Just to make it easy, duplicate the editor widget and drag and drop to the other columns. Click the Edit for the Content widget and create whatever is required. The editor is just the same as the default editor, but with some easy to use styling options in the right hand side drop menu. I'm just going to paste some text in it to make it quick. To add an image, we go to the media library and upload some nice photos. Now we edit the image how we like. Click inside to get the formatting bar and select the pencil icon. Add a caption for the image. And include some alternative text. This will make for a more friendly website if the image takes a long time to load. And make it centered and select a more suitable size for the image. and update changes. You will see that no title has been entered. This is optional. And click Done. Now add content to the other columns. Click the update and we can preview the result. Each row can be easily moved up or down as required. Any row of content can be easily removed using the delete option. Now we have some content and can publish the website. From the settings menu, click on Coming Soon and disable this feature and save the change. And from the installed plugins, we can activate the WP Supercache to make the website pages load faster. Then edit the settings and turn on caching. Update the status and now test the cache. There is a delete cache option whenever the current cache needs to be cleaned up and started afresh, and a delete expired cache to save disk space. Some template themes will already have a full width edge-to-edge option when you create pages with the option in the page attributes. But the Plum theme does not have this, so we're going to copy and paste some code that is specific to the theme only. Okay, now go to the plugins and install and activate Simple Custom CSS and JS. Go to the settings for this plugin and click on the Add CSS code. Add the name as full width pages. And go to the website www.webverbal.com from another tab. Select Template Scripts from the Advanced menu. And copy the CSS code. Make sure all the code is copied and nothing is left out. Now paste this code into the custom CSS page. This will tweak the Plum theme we are using as a template to have full page width on selected rows, which will make it look really fantastic. Click on the Update button to save changes. Okay, now we go back to the home page and preview how the page looks now. So now it looks too wide for what we want for regular columns of content. We go to the tool icon for the row and select Edit Row. From the Layout drop-down menu, Change the right and left padding only to be 10% or whatever looks good. Click Done to save and then update the changes. And now we can preview the page. Now this looks much better. Now add a new single column row with some text and padding. So what we are going to do now is add in some images that will display edge to edge on the page and have an amazing parallax effect. Create a new row, but do not add any widget or anything else yet, and select the tool icon and edit the row. From the layout, add a row layout. Select the full width stretched style. From the design, select a background image. Select an image from the media library or download a new one. Choose a good quality image that is wide, at least 1920 pixels, so it does not end up looking blurry, because we are adding a full width edge to edge section to the page. Now from the design, select the parallax option to create a great effect and click Done. Make sure the same row is highlighted and click the Add Widget and add in the Site Origin Editor. Select the Edit on the widget and add a spacer. This spacer is one of the plugins we added previously. Change the spacer pixel height to be something like 175. And click Done. Update the changes and preview. Now we can see a full width image with a parallax effect, which is when the image scrolls as the page scrolls. We can now add some more full width content and some more parallax images. Now we can preview the changes and we can see a fantastic parallax effect. Now we can preview the changes, and we can see the new page has 3 parallax effect images and text between them. You can see the images scroll as the page scrolls down. But we want to make the images taller, so we adjust the spacer. Okay, now we are going to add a contact page to our website so visitors can send a message to us. On the Pages menu, click on the Add New button. Name the page Contact and click the Hide the Title option. Select the Page Builder tab and add a single column row. Click within the new row to highlight it and click the Add Widget button. You're going to select the Site Origin contact form. Select the Edit. Now the contact form settings do not need to be changed unless you need to modify the email address or messages are sent to. Also, adding a default subject line and a subject prefix line can help identify emails that are sent by visitors to your website. Click on Done and publish the page. View the changes, and we can see the form needs to have padding unless you want it full width. Now we need to add a menu item for the contact form and link it. Click on the Appearance menu and select Menu. Select the Contact Page item and Add to Menu. Now save the menu. Go back to the contact page and preview the changes. Now we can see the new contact menu item that has been linked to the contact page. Okay, now we are going to add a Google map to the contact page. So return to the page and add a single new column row and move it to the top. Click inside the row to highlight it and then add the Google Map widget. Once added, the settings need to be configured to tell it where in the world we are. Add your full address with the street, city and country separated by a comma. Now you need to create a Google Map API key, which is like a license key from Google Maps. Now copy and paste the API key into the widget. Add some padding and update. And now we can preview the page. We can change the zoom level anywhere between 12 and 16 would be normal. Okay, now we are going to add a media display to the home page. Install the Easy Fancy Box plugin and activate. Go to the settings and select what type of media you want the plugin to work on. It will automatically see it on the page and create a pop-up box when the link is clicked. Here I will be just using YouTube video displays. And save the changes. Go to the home page editor and add a new row. I am going to add 3 columns. Add an editor to each column. I'm going to add some graphics I created and uploaded previously just to make the links stand out on the page. Now we're going to add a new row with 3 columns and move the row under the 3 graphics and give the rows some padding. Now highlight the first column and add a site origin button. Duplicate it twice and move it to the other columns. Now add some text to match whatever videos we are going to display. And copy and paste the YouTube link for the video into the destination URL. And complete the other 2 columns with more buttons. Now update the changes and we can now preview the videos. A very easy and simple way to display media on your website. Okay, now we are going to add a blog page to the website. First we need to install a new plugin called Disable Comments. Here is a different way of doing this by searching from within the existing installed plugins and using the WordPress plugin directory link to find it. And now go into the settings and disable for posts and save changes. Go to Appearance and Customize, and change the design and layout for blogs to be the Plum Theme 3-column layout. And the sidebar layout to display all pages except the home and front page. And set the width to be 25%. And save and publish. Now we go to Pages and add a new page called Blog. So just enter the title of the page but with no content and publish. Then into the settings and reading. And make the post page the new blog page we just created, and save changes. Go back to Appearance and Menus. Add the new blog page to the existing menu. You can see if we don't save changes, a warning appears. Now go to Posts and you will see I already added 3 posts. To add a new post, click the Add New. If you click on the Screen Options tab, there are several options available. Make sure the Featured Image box is ticked. You can see the different publishing options. Scroll down and add a featured image for the blog. Then add a blog title and some content. Align the image to the left and add some content. Now we can publish the blog. You will need to reload the page, and now we can see the blog menu. That's it for this tutorial, and if you have enjoyed the presentation, please click on the like.